What is up, ladies? If you're watching this video, you probably are on a muscle building or booty building journey. Whether you want to grow a bigger booty, grow your glutes, or just grow your muscles overall, and you need some help doing that, maybe you're not sure where to start, maybe you have information overload and you just feel very overwhelmed with all of the different things online, different advice, different videos, different people saying all these different things, and you're very confused, then this video is exactly for you. This video is going to give you an exact game plan of what to do in the next 8 weeks to actually see your glutes grow and build muscle without all of the trial and error. My name is Coach Bailey. I am an online fitness coach for women who are either looking to build muscle or lose fat, and I'm so excited to share with you all of the amazing techniques I learned on how to do this. In this video, I'm going to teach you the fastest ways to build muscle, build your glutes, start training and fueling properly to see results that last. Okay, guys, this is me. I just wanted to show you my transformation so you know that I'm not just talking the talk. I walked the walk. I built the shape I wanted, learned how to feel properly, trained the right way, and stayed consistent enough to see actual changes. So on the left of both of these pictures was me in college, really skinny, like I had a little bubble, but it wasn't much. And I really just wanted to build curves, be stronger, and have more confidence. In these photos, I was under eating. I was blaming my genetics. I was scared to lift certain weights. I was scared to go to certain areas of the gym. I was really not tracking anything. I was a beginner and I did not know what the heck I was doing. After years and years and years of trial and error, which I do not recommend, by the way, it's a lot easier when you have someone telling you exactly what to do who's been there and done that. But now I'm eating properly. I use my food as fuel. I know how much protein I need to be having. I know how many calories I should be eating. I eat foods that I enjoy. I don't restrict myself. I built muscle not just on my butt, but everywhere, all over my body. I feel toned. I feel happy with the way I look. And obviously, I too there's goals I have. I still want to do other things. But I'm more confident in my skin, and that is what's the most important part. I'm proud of my body, and I have a lifestyle that I am proud of and I enjoy. And I built sustainable, long habits that will last for the rest of my life. When I am 80 years old, I will be able to pick stuff up off the ground. I will be able to take care of myself. And I know that for a fact. And that is just another motivation factor to get you wanting to do this. Because it's not just about looks, which I know we talk about looks a lot, but it's also about functionality. Can you lift things? When you're older, can you play with your kids? Can you keep up? Can you walk your children down the aisle? Can you hold your own if someone was to come at you? Like, these are all things we don't need to think about, but we should think about, and it's all important. So I just wanted to throw that in there, show you kind of what I was working with and what I'm working with now, and hopefully inspire you to embark on this. Starting off with the basics, you need to go into this with structure. You cannot just go to the gym, do random workouts, do random TikTok, YouTube, Instagram videos that you see online, go to different classes every week and expect to see real results. Yes, these classes feel productive. You might be sore after. You probably were sweating in the class, but that does not mean that you're doing what needs to be done to build muscle and putting your muscles under tension. Without a plan that you're following, your muscles will never get the stimulus they need to actually grow. That booty pump class might be fun and it might be like a fun community event to do with your friends, but if you actually want your ass to be fat, skip the class. The first thing I recommend is to follow a split. What is a split? A split is a structured training plan that targets a specific muscle group each day with the right frequency and volume. So this would look something like on Mondays is a leg day. Maybe you do more quad focused. Tuesday is back and biceps. Wednesday is chest. Thursday is more glute focused leg day. And then Friday could be a shoulder day. And obviously we're interspersing some abs throughout the week. When you have a split like this, the key to seeing growth is actually going to be repeating the same workouts over and over again and progressing each week. So you will be doing the same workouts for 6 to 8 weeks. That is how you see a change in size and strength. And obviously you need to stay accountable. You need to follow the program and keep showing up every workout with purpose and intention. This removes the guesswork, this removes the random workouts, and it really gives you a clear path to success. I provide this for all of my clients in my one-on-one coaching program, just so you know. Just diving a little bit deeper into this plan, you need to stop hopping between random workouts. Like I said, no going back and forth on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, random influencers. What works for these people might not work for you. You probably have a different body. You probably have not been doing this as long as these people have. So while it is a good beginner's workout, or maybe it's a good way to get started, it is not going to get you the results that they're getting from the same exercises. The predictability of having a plan is what drives growth. Just going a little bit deeper into some split options, a push day would be more like chest and shoulders because you're pushing the weight away from you. A pull day would be more like back and biceps because you're pulling the weight towards you. You can also split it up, upper body and lower body. Some people like to do that. And the one I said earlier, where Monday was legs, Tuesday was back day, Wednesday was chest. But I would suggest, if you really want to see definition and growth, not to do full body workout. Maybe at the beginning, that's great, but not for when you're a little bit more further into the workout program. Your body adapts to a repeated stimulus. So if you're doing the same thing over and over, but making it a little bit better each week, that is how you're going to see results. Consistency in a plan beats any perfect program that you'll never follow. Going off of your workouts in the gym, you need to be tracking every single workout that you do. I don't care if it's leg day. I don't care if you're doing an upper body. Every single exercise of every single workout needs to be tracked. If you're not writing down what you're doing, you are guessing, and guessing is not getting you a fat ass. Tracking your lifts is literally the most powerful thing you can do to guarantee progress over time. What does this look like? This means if you have to take a pen and paper with you to the gym and write down every single exercise you're doing, what weight you're using, how many sets you're doing, and how many reps, which is how many times you're doing the exercise in a row, then that's what you have to do. There's apps for this. I have my app for my clients that I use. You can do it in the Notes app in your phone. There's so many different ways that you can do this. It doesn't matter which way you do it. You just need to start doing it. When you are doing this, the goal is to get better each week. So you want to get a little bit stronger every single week. That is called progressive overload. So what this looks like is adding more weight or more reps each week, and that's how you're going to see muscle growth. So if you can do a barbell squat with just the bar, if you can do 12 of those, let's add 5 pounds the following week and aim for 12 again. So if you can keep doing this each week, you keep adding weights every single week. If it gets to a point where you can't hit 8 reps of a certain weight, now your goal is going to be to hit more reps. So instead of increasing the weight, you're going to increase the number of reps you're doing. That is going to be how you can tell if you can push harder or not, if you need to maybe lower the weight and fix your form a little bit, or maybe it's been 6 to 8 weeks and you're just kind of feeling like you're ready for something new. That is when you would switch your workouts. Number 3, you really need to challenge your muscles. So going through the motions and just doing the workouts isn't going to cut it. You need to push hard. You need to basically push until failure, push into your limits. But when you do this, you want to make sure you still have good form, you still have full range of motion, which is going through the entire movement properly and putting in that real effort. So if you are doing a squat and you're like, I could easily do 5 more, but I'm just going to stop here, that is not what I'm talking about. That is not going to cut it. You need to be able to do maybe 1 or 2 reps after you stop. If you don't think you could do another 2 reps, you're at the sweet spot. But you want to make sure your form is still good during this process. It's also going to be very important how you structure your workouts. You want to start every single workout with a compound lift. If you are like, what the heck is a compound lift? These are exercises that move the most muscle and usually use more than one muscle. They should be the anchor of your workout. So if we are talking about a leg day, this would be your squats, your hip thrusts, your RDLs, your lunges. And then after that, you would want to do some isolation work, which would be some single leg workouts or some kick, maybe some hamstring curls, some leg extensions, things that are working a specific muscle instead of a whole muscle group. Like for chest, I would always start with the bench press. For shoulders, I would start with the shoulder press. And for back, I usually start with some lat pull downs or some rows. Next, this is one of the most important parts of getting results, undereating. I did this for years. I think I did this for at least 3 years when I first started working out, and I did see results, but they were a lot slower than they could have been if I was eating properly, not just protein, but also carbs and fats. Like, you need to be in a surplus to get a booty. You're not going to gain muscle if you're not in a surplus. Most clients that come to me are literally shocked that they are not eating enough. They actually think when they come to me that they're eating too much. They're not. Almost every single girl that I start coaching needs to actually increase their calorie intake. Once they do that, they start seeing some serious muscle growth and gains. So the first thing we look at is calories. You need to make sure you're tracking your food and knowing how much you're eating currently. You need to at least be eating at your maintenance calories. If you don't know what that is, I will make another video about that and you can request it from me. But you need to be eating at your maintenance, which is where you won't lose or gain weight. You will just stay what weight you're at. You can always look up this online, but it's a lot easier if you kind of know what to do. So just message me and I'll help you out. So you need to be eating at least at your maintenance calories, but I also recommend eating above it, eating in a surplus, eating slightly above it to help build muscle. And really, that's what you need to see booty growth. You should also have a protein target. And honestly, I put 0.7 to 1 gram, but I'm going to say you should be aiming for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you need to be aiming for 100 grams of protein. If you weigh 150 pounds, you want to aim eventually for 150 grams of protein. Obviously, when you start this journey, you might not be eating that much and you don't want to jump up too quickly. You want to kind of ease your way up to it so it's easier for you and sustainable. I always recommend, if you are unable to hit your protein goal with normal food, which is obviously the main goal, sometimes it takes people a little bit to get used to that, to have a protein shake ready just in case you don't hit your protein goal that day. Knowing your numbers and tracking your food actually gives you power. It lets you eat with more intention. I know some people get a little bit nervous with doing that, but it really gives you so much information and so much freedom knowing that you can eat the way you want to eat. Going off of that, you need to be having protein at every single meal. This should be the pillars of your food. If you are going to an Italian restaurant and you're ordering a pasta, you better make damn sure that pasta has either chicken, sausage, or ground beef, some type of meat in it. You cannot just be eating carbs anymore, or you just can't be doing it. It is non-negotiable, and this is the biggest foundation of muscle growth. Not only is it the big foundation for muscle growth, but it keeps you full, reduces cravings for sugar, sweets, maybe some chips, like lower quality foods. So you should be doing this at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. When you eat more protein, you do increase your muscle mass. When you increase your muscle mass, your metabolism increases, making it easier for you to burn fat. I will say this in every single video I make, giving you the tips. You need to be sleeping. You need to prioritize sleep and recovery, because if you are going too hard, if you're working out 7 days a week, not giving your muscles time to rest, that is when the growth happens. So you should be aiming for at least 7 hours of sleep. Muscles don't grow in the gym when you're hurting them and pushing them. They grow while you're sleeping and resting. Like, literally, this is science. Look it up. Sleep regulates your hormones, and one of the hormones that changes your muscles is growth hormone, which gives you the booty and gives you the gains. So what I want you to do is literally sleep 7 hours, but also schedule rest days into your program. You should not be working out 7 days a week. You can maybe have an active rest day with some yoga, some stabilization Pilates, like that kind of thing, going on walks, but you should not be lifting heavy weights 7 days a week. You should be spreading out your muscle groups. So if you're doing legs on Monday, maybe wait until Thursday to do it again. A good rule of thumb for legs would be like 48 to 72 hours. Other body parts can probably get away with like 24 to 48 hours. You need to be prioritizing sleep as much as you're prioritizing going to the gym, getting your gains on, and your nutrition. It sounds silly, but you need to stay patient and trust the process. This is not going to happen overnight. If you want it to happen overnight, baby, go on the surgery table and get it done. No one's judging you. No one's stopping you. Building a sculpted hourglass shapy body takes time and energy and effort. The people who get the best results aren't the ones with the best genetics, aren't the ones, well, genetics help. They're not the ones that are most talented, most gifted. They're the ones that are most consistent over the longest period of time. What you need to do is ditch quick fixes. No Ozempic, no pills, no shots. I don't even know what you could take anymore to do this, but no 30-day challenge, no week-long challenge, no class is going to replace months of consistent structured training and eating. In this journey, you need to celebrate small wins. If you can do the heaviest hip thrust you've ever done, that's a freaking win. If your waist is feeling snatched and your ass is feeling fat, that is a win. If you have more energy, that's a win. Everything is a freaking win. If you hit your protein goal, that's a win. And lastly, you need to embrace the timeline. Noticeable growth takes months, not just weeks. Stick with it. In future, you will be glad you did, because, honey, time is passing either way. You might as well get fucking hot doing it. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep showing up for yourself, and you will become the best version of you, the hottest version of you. You will transform into a beautiful flower. The body you dream of, the life you dream of, the woman you dream to be is being forged every single day, meal by meal, workout by workout. Those are the basics. I can go into a lot more detail, but this is a great thing to get you started. If you still need more help, reach out to me, message me, ask me questions, inquire about my program. I love coaching women, especially women who want to build a booty, because it's my thing. I freaking love it. And who doesn't want to have a fat ass? I was literally a stick and I became a peach. If you want to be a peach with me, let me know. But thank you so much for watching till the end of the video. I hope you learned something new. If not, I hope it was a good refresher for you and inspired you and maybe motivated you to get your ass to the fucking gym. I hope you have an amazing day, and thank you for watching.